Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be doing another review. This time around, I'm going to be doing a review for episode 8 of season 1 of the Scream TV show, and it's called Ghosts. So, before I begin, though, 10-second spoiler warning as usual. For those who have yet to actually watch this episode and haven't already, stop the video, go check it out, and come back here and watch the rest of this review. 10-second spoiler warning as usual, starting now. Okay, so 10 seconds are up. So for those who have yet to actually watch this episode and haven't already, please don't comment down below or be messaging me. That I never gave you a fair warning, because as usual, I did. So as usual, quick synopsis, likes and dislikes, and then the rate. So basically, in this episode we have Emma, and she's kind of I guess you could say she's going through a depression after the death of Will, after Will's death. She's in the hospital for most of this because she kind of faints, and they're making sure she's all right. On the flip side, you have Noah and Audrey, and they're trying to figure out who the killer is. They're going after the teacher in this episode. Seth Brosnan, I believe was his name, or they gave him two names in this episode because apparently he changed his name. But as we know him, his name is Seth Bronson, if I'm not mistaken, or Branson. So that's going on. You also have the stuff going on with Brooke. She's confronting her dad. Who's a dead body, whatever. Turns out that her mom's a drug dealer, or a druggie, which we kind of knew from previous episodes. But I guess she was going out with this other guy. He OD'd in the living room, so he was trying to take this guy out, and he didn't want to call the police and make this whole scandal out of it. So yeah, now could the mayor still be the killer? I mean, I have a pretty interesting theory to back it up, that he could still possibly be the killer, which I'll explain a little bit later. So yeah, but as it is right now, I still think he could be a killer. He is a potential for the killer. And throughout the episode, you have Emma. She's hallucinating about her dad, coming back and giving her advice. Again, she's hallucinating, so the dad's not really there. But just kind of interesting to see. It's kind of interesting to see that father figure kind of help her work, help Emma work throughout all the stuff that she's been going through lately. And again, you have the stuff with the teacher. He's sleeping with Brooke, and then it's found out that he may be the killer. And basically, you have, and the way it is, that Noah and Audrey, they decide to snoop around his room. They find a knife and some other stuff, and they tell the police, give their theory behind the this teacher. And it's very similar to what's going on right now. That originally, that he's from New Hampshire. He was taught at this other high school or university. He was sleeping with one of his students. She was 18, so it was legal, but it was still kind of taboo. And then a couple days or weeks later, they found her dead. And they say that this is very similar. And in the past 3 weeks, he has, or three, in the show's time wise, he hasn't been seen in the past 3 weeks. And in the past 3 weeks, we've had like 2 or 3 murders. So kind of interesting. So yeah, overall, I thought it was a pretty good episode. I don't know, coming off from last week's episode, which I thought was maybe one of the biggest episodes throughout this whole series or season so far, because they already have season 2 planned or announced. Coming off right off the last episode, this one I felt was like, I just felt like it was there. It didn't really blow me away. Like, I didn't expect it to be as big as it was from last week's. Yeah, but I did expect a bit more drama, a bit more stuff going on, and for me it was kind of disappointing. Like, there wasn't really much going on. You have Noah and Audrey trying to figure out the teacher, Emma's hallucinating, trying to figure out stuff, and that's really it. And you have Brooke, she's dealing with her dad, but that's really it. Nothing really major that really changes the story. I mean, aside from that, the only really major part that changes the story is that at the end of the episode, you have Ghostface, the killer. He or she, or it, tries to kill Brooke. She manages to run away. She runs into Seth's hands, I guess. And then all of a sudden, the police come and burst in and think that he was trying to rape her or something, or kill her or whatever. Yeah, for me, it was kind of, when it happened, I was kind of like, what the fuck? It just kind of happened conveniently. It was, I don't know, it seemed planned and convenient it didn't really seem climactic, in my opinion. So yeah, and I mean when they tried to kill Brooke, I will say it was kind of it was a little bit intense. I do think it could have been more intense, but whatever. Now on this theory that I still have with Quinn Maddox, which is Brooke Maddox's father. Now he says that the body is of a drug dealer that was friends with the mother, and he OD'd. Possibly. Here's the thing. I still think he could be the killer because maybe he allowed the guy to OD. Maybe, you know, the guy was sleeping or whatever, and he just injected the guy with a shit ton of drugs and killed him there. Or maybe he's just saying that. Maybe he's just saying, oh yeah, the guy OD'd. No, OD'd. Again, he wants to have this reputation that he's a saint and whatever, that everything he does is good. So it's possible that he does. And again, I mean, the only thing is that the people of the town knows that yes, his wife is somewhere else. They think she's off on vacation or whatever, like Malibu or some bullshit like that. The only people that know that the mom's in rehab is him and the daughter. So here's my theory behind this very quickly. The drug friend of the mom comes in, and at some point the Quinn Maddox kills him. Whether it actually be OD or not, that's still to be found out. But yeah, I still feel like he had something to do with this other drug dealer's death. We don't know him. We don't see him. We just saw him in the body bag. We don't know what happened to his body. So yeah, he's behind bars in prison. He's not in prison. He's like in the county jail. So that's interesting. Overall, though, I found it to be kind of an okay episode. Could have been better, in my opinion. The acting and the writing is still pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, this show surprised me with how good the acting and the writing specifically are. But overall, I felt like this, after such a great episode from the previous one, it just felt like I just felt like this was like a throwaway episode, to say the least, like a filler throwaway episode that nobody really gave a shit about. On a scale of 1 to 10 though, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and 6 being decent, I'd give it a 6 out of 10. Still a pretty good episode, okay? I mean, there are some things that move with the plot, but very minimal. Overall though, decent episode to say the least. Now that's basically it for now. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I do movie reviews, TV show reviews, and comic book reviews. Comment down below on your thoughts on the episode. And again, who do you think is the killer? Comment all that down below. Let me know. Like the video, share on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, or whatever you guys prefer. And that's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart signing off.